Okay, so I just came back from watching Antman and the Wasp Quantumania, and very interesting. Let's look at Antman and the Wasp Quantumania.
Come on, show the movie!
Hey, down in front! Nine!
So Antman and the Wasp Quantumania is basically the sequel to the first and second Ant-Man movie. So we do get the return of Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne and the rest of the gang, including Scott's daughter, Cassie, and also we are introduced to Kang the Conqueror, where everybody is traveling to the quantum realm. Now, first of all, I really want to touch on Paul Rudd returning as Ant-Man. I honestly love Paul Rudd and love him as Ant-Man. Like, honestly, he's just so great as Ant-Man, and just, he's like probably my favorite quippy Avenger in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at the moment, so I honestly enjoy seeing him every time. But we also get Cassie as well. Yes, she's played by a different actress, but overall, like, I do love the chemistry between Cassie and Paul Rudd's you know, Scott Lang in this. I honestly love the chemistry with it, and you do get that like really good father and daughter relationship like you get with the previous movies as well, even though Cassie's been played by multiple actresses, that's for sure. But also we get the returning characters as well, including Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, Michelle Pfeiffer has a brief history in this movie, which I'm not going to explain, but I am going to do a spoiler territory video as well. And we also get Hope Van Dyne back as well. Now, she does play pretty much equally with Paul Rudd's Ant-Man in this one, so you do get that equal play of both Ant-Man and the Wasp, and you can see that they both have a great chemistry with each other, including teaming up with each other when it comes to Avengers level scenarios. We do get Michael Douglas back as Hank Pym. Now, Hank Pym in this movie, I feel like he sort of sits back a little bit in this movie, but overall it is nice to see Michael Douglas return as Hank Pym. But in all honesty, there are some moments where I actually forgot Michael Douglas was actually in this movie. Now look, the one thing I really want to address about this movie, bloody Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror, he is hands down my favourite MCU villain so far. I honestly loved his performance in Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania. Like, he's just got such a great presence to him, and what's great about his character is that I genuinely feel like he is a very big threat in the MCU. Like, I feel like he's an even bigger threat than Thanos in this movie. And Jonathan Majors in this movie, I just feel so intrigued with his character. And like, that's the thing, when Jonathan Majors as Kang is on screen, like, you are just laser focused on him, and when you're watching this movie with him in it, you can see that, yeah, this guy is a really, really bad dude, and that, you know, when you hear him speak, the way he performs, and also when you see what this character can actually do, like, it just adds a next level to this movie. And also, I am keen to see more of him. Like, we've seen him in Loki season 1, but I just want more of Kang the Conqueror now after watching this movie. Okay, now another thing that I find interesting about this movie, which I'm a bit 50-50 on the way it's delivered, but overall, the quantum realm in this movie, I do get a mix of Journey to the Center of the Earth meets Star Wars, and when you're watching this movie and you see what I mean by Journey to the Center of the Earth and Star Wars, like, you'll see what I mean. But I love that this is just another realm in, like, something that's a lot bigger in this movie, and there is a lot to explain about it, but I will do that in a spoiler video. But overall, I was so intrigued with how they were sort of presenting this new world that we have explored a bit, but haven't really fully embraced in. And this movie, like, I honestly quite enjoyed, like, what the quantum realm had to offer, and how much of a different world it is compared to all the other worlds we have seen in the MCU so far. Now look, while I do want to give positives to the quantum realm, like in the first and the second act, like, you were drawing me into this world, but when you get to about the third act, honestly, there is a lot going on. Now, there are some very entertaining moments in the third act, and it is a very big thing that happens in the third act, and there are a lot of things that are all over the place, so you have to be prepared for that. But also, there are some moments where I legit forgot certain characters were in certain areas in the third act. Like, literally, like, as soon as that character I forgot about was on the screen, I just immediately was like, oh yeah, I forgot that they're there, and then it cuts to another thing, and then another thing, and then the other character I forgot about just comes back, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about them as well. So you do get, I kind of feel like you would get that feeling of it, but look, it doesn't really draw you away from what's happening in the third act. That's just something that I find that some people may find an issue with, but I don't really find it too much of an issue. It is a bit of a minor inconvenience with stuff like that, but it also does remind me of another type of movie with the similar ending to it. Like, it kind of gave me a bit of Aquaman vibes, like with the third act, but overall, like, it is unique in both its different ways. But overall, with the Quantumania third act, like, it didn't draw me away or didn't stop me from enjoying the actual third act. Okay, so overall with this movie, so basically I love that the cast has returned back for the third outing in the Ant-Man movie. Definitely Jonathan Majors' Kang the Conqueror is my favourite MCU villain so far. Honestly, like, I just want more of Kang the Conqueror after this movie. But watching this movie, like I said before, like the first and second act, you are drawn into watching and discovering this world. But then when you get to the third act, there is a lot of things happening in this movie. But I do feel like that this movie, I honestly quite enjoyed the first Ant-Man and the second Ant-Man and the Wasp better. But this is a movie that I feel like it is a movie that Marvel fans and everybody will like, but it's a movie that I'll probably watch every now and then. So what did you guys think of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow my socials up here as well, and also be on the lookout for my spoiler talk on the movie as well. And as I always say at the end of these videos, where are my M&Ms?
Come on, show the movie!
Hey! Down in front! 9!